Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Xtremetarot, where we do moon readings and zodiac readings. Today we're doing a zodiac reading for the sign of Taurus. We're taking a look at what's going on in your love situation here, what your person would want to say to you. It's a messages from your person reading. I'm going to quickly overview the situation. Those are the cards I have right here and your person's overall energy towards you. I just want to say right off the bat, I feel like this is most likely a spiritual connection that's in separation. I'm heavily picking up on that energy. I'm also picking up on the energy of the person that I'm reading for is most likely the feminine or the chaser in a twin flame connection. So if you're not going to resonate with that, you know, just letting you know right off the bat, it could be your energy if you are the feminine in a twin flame connection like that. Or it could be, you know, that you're watching for your chaser slash feminine energy. So I'm just going to read the energy as if like the traditional way, like it's your person that I'm talking about. Even if it's you though, just know I'm talking about you. Okay. So what do we have here? Like we have here the wreath, sorrow over a loss, grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling, passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally and having fun. And then the snake. I've seen the snake coming through a lot lately. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, and the other woman. So I feel like right now with the grasshopper and the snake, I feel like your person here is represented by this grasshopper and they're worried about some other person, the snake, some snaky energy coming through. And your person is almost like, I feel like this snake person, whoever it is, if they know about it, like is a very competitive person, somebody calculating with the clever energy, malicious, maybe like knows your person and wants to like hurt them, like would get off on that or something like that. I feel like your person's like not really down for that, even if they could get one over on your person. I don't know if they even would. I feel like they would most likely just like walk away with their head held high. They're just not trying to compete with anybody else. I just feel like that's not their thing. And I feel like your person right now is in despair. We have a wreath, sorrow over a loss. That's almost like a death energy, like when you send someone flowers, like when someone dies. I mean, there could be some sort of loss going on in their life like that, but if it's relating to your connection, I feel like they're lamenting the loss of this passionate connection that they have with you, because the way that this passion card, it says insane chemistry, like each other equally and having fun. I'm getting a vibe that your person isn't a super outgoing party animal kind of a person. We have the shy energy, we have the social butterfly energy, but I'm going to tell you why I think that that's the way that that's coming through, opposing the shy energy. I think your person's trying to come out of their shell more, but I don't think they're just naturally that way. And I feel like the reason that they're so sad about this loss is because of you, is because they feel like they can be like a social butterfly either with you or like with you when you guys are together, or even like if you guys are like out on the town, like they would just feel so at ease with you that they could open up more. There's something like that where they were really happy, they genuinely had fun with you. And I feel like this person's life has been a little bit difficult. We have this child wounded energy here and this independent. Awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. I feel like this person, your person here, isn't somebody that likes other people to feel sorry for them or to really do anything for them. They're very like a handle my own problems kind of girl or guy. And they're not, if anything, they're trying to help other people. They're not somebody that's gonna really take much from the person that they're with. But again, I feel like they're like suffer in silence kind of a person. Does that make sense? And I just feel like their life has been filled with a lot of maybe sneaky people like that. Let me just pause real quick and say, I feel like this is more about your overall connection than what's necessarily going on right now. I'm getting a lot, like, I think this person's really thinking deeply about their life and this connection. So this is like going to be pretty comprehensive and in depth probably, just so you know. But yeah, I feel like there have maybe been a lot of sneaky people like that, and your person here has just learned, you know, like when someone when someone's like, okay, grasshopper, like, and they're trying to like teach them some wisdom, I feel like your person has like learned through experience that with these sneaky kind of people, it's best to just walk away. Like, if someone could take somebody from me, let them then they should be together. Like, you know what I mean? They kind of have a vibe. Like, I'm not going to compete for something. Like, if somebody, I shouldn't have to compete for something that I love or something that's actually right, because I feel like this person's having like a crisis of conscience. I don't know how you would say that, but like just a crisis of like what is right here, because I feel like I have this insane chemistry and we like each other equally and it just fits together. Like, there's a harmonizing agent in like the energy between us. Like, when we're together, it's like an emotional set point. It's just like perfect harmony, perfect equilibrium or something like that. I'm getting a vibe like that. Like, and I'm also with this, choose love. You always have a choice, choose yours with love, being clarified by the pragmatic energy, which is also number 21, the number of the world, Saturn. I feel like this person is looking at this in a realistic way, where they're seeing that, but it's something about your chemistry, your chemistry and energy. I just tried to say, sorry. It's something about your chemistry and energy, though, honestly, your chemistry, that just they can feel that it's very, like, the equilibrium. I keep wanting to say equilibrium. So they're reconciling that with maybe your unwillingness to maybe commit to them here, or your willingness to engage with these other sneaky kind of people here. And oh yeah, because we had this on the bottom of the deck. Many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. So especially if like maybe they're looking back, if you guys had a one night stand or something, maybe they're thinking about this other snaky person that they know that you maybe had a more substantial relationship with, and just realizing, like, again, they're pragmatic. And I think they're thinking that, and that's a very specific message, so it may not resonate for everybody, but maybe they're just saying, oh, like, you know, obviously they prefer this person over me and I just have to accept that, and almost like I'm gonna be strong and just do what I have to do and try to help other people and help the world, or whatever they want to do here. They're definitely grieving. They're not pretending like this isn't affecting them. They're really aware of what they're feeling right now. But yeah, I feel like they're comparing themselves to this other person, and maybe not themselves, like their personality traits, but they're comparing like your interactions with them. If you know that they've seen, then you'll know what that is. Or if they know about it, like, or if you've been in some sort of relationship with this person and they just know you and they know the situation, and they're comparing that with however you've interacted with them. And I think they're coming to the conclusion that it's best to just hop away here. And I think they're more so like focusing on their career. I also feel though, like, do you see the way this card is? I don't think they're bitter or upset about this. I think they're like almost like, it looks like she's hugging something, but there's nothing there. It's just like all these memories. There's people dancing. There's like happy times. I feel like they're like, I'll always cherish, oh, what's that song? When I said that, I'll cherish the memory. Never Forget You by Mariah Carey. I'll cherish, I don't even know if that's the lyric. I'll cherish the memory or something like that. But you always have a choice. Make yours with love. It's like almost like they're making a choice to let this go, I guess, and to just, you know, accept the reality of the situation, I would say. And, you know, but I'll like never forget you. Like, I'm getting a vibe like, oh, I'll never forget you. Also, I forgot to say, I shuffled a song for you and it was Paradise by Coldplay. Again, that kind of a vibe where I think their life has been a little bit difficult. And again, maybe they met you and kind of, well, that song Paradise, they really thought like, oh, this could really be like a new happier. I have to tell you that my heart hurts as I'm doing this reading. I feel like this person is really upset. Not upset, that's not the right word. It's just like with a heavy heart, I must like exit the situation. Like, I'm just getting a vibe like that they have a heavy heart. They're feeling sorrow over a loss, and yeah, their heart is like on fire here. It looks like there's flame, so it's like their heart is burning right now. It's like they've looked at the facts with the pragmatic energy, and like, I can't deny the facts anymore. But again, I feel like they're really focusing on their career here. I feel like they almost have some sort of a talent. They have a gift or something, the way that she's popping out of this box, like they're the gift, like for the world or something. Like it's really cute. And I feel like they're trying to get over this fear of maybe being in the public eye. When I was playing the song, I was hearing that song with the Pussycat Dolls, like When I Grow Up, and that part where it's like, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And I feel like your person's almost scared to have success, and in that arena as well. It's like maybe they're like sabotaging themselves, and maybe they're even sabotaging themselves here, because maybe this isn't even what's not that I mean, maybe there is a snake person in the mix here, but maybe their perception of it isn't correct. Maybe it's coming from a trauma place like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll get more on that when we pull the messages, but I feel like this is a case of maybe they're scared subconsciously that if they do get this relationship with you, because this chemistry and the emotions are so raw, it might be that like too raw. And they like, I feel like they've been on their own. Even if they've been in relationships, I feel like there was always like a barrier in between them and whoever they were with. Like nobody really understood them. They never had that energetic equilibrium with anybody before. Like there was always a wall up. No one ever really knew them like so deeply, and like they feel like you either do or that you could. And so it's like almost like I would really have to share my life. I wouldn't be able to hide from this person. There's like a sense of like needing to be vulnerable here. And even like with this, we have on the bottom of the deck a leg up. Like I think it's difficult for your person to accept help. And if this is a twin flame connection, which I do think that it is, and they're feeling this pain right now, I feel like they're very embarrassed if they know that you can feel their pain. Like they are ashamed of their pain. This was coming through in a different reading I did the other day. I feel like this is just in the collective right now in these twin flame connections. But I feel like they're very embarrassed that if they, especially if they feel you trying to comfort them with this wounded energy, and then the blanket, it's almost like someone's like putting like a warm blanket on them. That's kind of what it feels like when, you know, you have like an energetic connection with somebody and they're sending you like healing energy. And I feel like they're like, they feel embarrassed because they're like, okay, like you just like somebody else, please don't be embarrassed for me, like I'm fine. This is so embarrassing. Like I feel like they would say like they like to be because we had this on the bottom of the deck, athlete, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. This person is very proud of their strength of spirit and their personal willpower. I feel and look what we had underneath that, child eternal. I feel like they thought this was going to be you guys at one point. But it's almost like they're like, okay, it's not, and I will transcend this. Like, I will be strong. Like, I will be fine. Wait, what's that song? I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be fine. Don't turn around. Yeah, don't turn around. I don't want you seeing me cry. Yes, they don't want you to know that they're upset, but again, you have this like energetic connection, and they know that you feel it, and they're like very embarrassed about it. But yeah, I feel like let's just start getting the messages. I feel like I could go on and on about this person's energy because it's very like complicated and it's like coming through in a multitude of ways. I feel like they don't give themselves credit for anything, and they just maybe think that, I don't want to say that they're doomed to be sad, because I feel like they'll make it a point to not be sad, but it's almost like in Twilight when Bella, it's almost like, okay, so I'll tell the Twilight example in a second, but it's almost like they found this equilibrium with you. They've maybe been around the block a few times. They know that it's not something that you find with someone every day. They're realizing that you maybe just don't value it as much as they do. Just having this connection with somebody. This is what they're thinking. I'm not saying this is necessarily how you're feeling or the truth, and they're realizing that, okay, like that's pretty much it. Like I'm never gonna have this kind of relationship that I'm looking for. But also now that they know that it exists, I think they're unable to settle with somebody else. if that makes sense. So they're kind of like accepting that they're gonna have this life on their own, and they're like, okay, I have to really make my career. I feel like they want to be in the public eye, helping other people maybe that have gone through this or gone through other experiences that they've been through. There's something about being in the public eye, and that whole song I was getting, like, when I grow up I want to be famous. How does that song go? And then be careful what you wish for. But there's this fear of like, oh, I don't know if I could do that. I don't really want to be like, I don't like attention. I don't like being in the public eye, so it's difficult. But the Twilight example I was going to use was that when Edward leaves her in the second book, in New Moon, and she, you know, at first is in that terrible depression, but then she starts trying to like make herself, she talks about it a lot in the book, where she's like, I'm trying to be normal for her dad, Charlie. She's like, I'm trying to be normal for Charlie, and you know, I have like a perfect homework, like I have perfect grades in school, and I'm going to work every day, and I'm doing my chores, and I'm cooking dinner. Like, she doesn't let herself think about him, but she's like keeping up the facade, even though she knows like deep down inside she'll never be happy again, but she doesn't want the people around her to worry. I feel like that's what your person is doing. They're trying not to think about it. They're trying to just make the best of whatever they have left in their life, even though they feel like it's like a barren landscape. And just kind of keep up appearances so nobody even knows that they're upset. Like, I don't feel like they're talking about this with anybody. They're just like keeping it all in. They're very independent. I don't think they want anybody to know. And the fact that you know is so embarrassing to them. They really don't like that. So what is Taurus's person most wanting to say to Taurus right now? What was that? I never meant to hurt you. Okay. You're so beautiful. It hurts. It's like, I love you so much, but it hurts. Like, I feel like there's definitely a vibe like that. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure this is like semi-even. Okay. What else? Love the way you laugh. With that, I'm almost getting that song "Love the Way You Lie" by Rihanna and Eminem, where it's like, just gonna stand there and watch me burn, but that's okay. I mean, we all know the lyrics. Like, because I like the way it hurts. Like, it hurts. Like, I've never felt so much pain yet so much love at the same time. Like, they can't understand why this is happening to them, I would say. Like, they just don't think it's fair. Okay, I feel like that's too many, but no, that's way too many. Is this where it's supposed to be, like center? Let me just look at the picture. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I have so much trouble centering this freaking reading. All right, please feel free to fast forward. I'm so sorry. Okay. You speak so eloquently. I feel like they compare themselves to you and they come up short. With the social butterfly and the you speak so eloquently, I feel like they like the idea of you're so pure. But now with the snake energy and the fact that it was in reverse, I think I am going to flip that back. I feel like they're almost like doubting, or they're very scared that they looked at this situation completely wrong, and that maybe you're more, if you're like resonating more with this snake person, it's almost like, are you really a snake? Like, why are you resonating with that energy so much? Like, they're scared. Like, I feel like they're scared that they perceive this whole situation wrong. And I've never met anyone like you. Yes, they've never had this energetic equilibrium with anybody else. I feel like that's so true. Even if you're like, I can't feel their energy, they think you can, and they're like very embarrassed about it. Your eyes are so intense, and like that speaks of like a very soulful connection too. This is too many. You're so independent. Oh, that's so weird. Let's see. That's like 3. Hold on. Okay, can we just get one more, please? Okay, this is too many. All right. feel like that's like half the deck. Are you kidding me? Okay. All right, what is Taurus's person most wanting to convey to Taurus right now? Oh, okay. All right, there's a lot about you. You have such a beautiful mind. You speak so eloquently. Love the way you laugh, I'm not going to take as a compliment because I feel like that's more so saying love the way you lie. I really am getting that vibe. I've never met anyone like you. You're so pure. I know that's in reverse. I feel like this is them like thinking about you. Now I'm getting another song. Thinking of you till it hurts. What song is it? I'm lying alone with my hand on the phone. Thinking of you till it hurts. Air Supply. But what else can we do? I'm sorry. I'm all out of love. That song, All Out of Love by Air Supply. Okay, so sorry. That just like popped in my head. You're so beautiful, it hurts. I mean, I'm just gonna start clarifying these because I feel like this reading's already like super long, but I just think any way that they slice it, they know that they're never gonna get over you, or they're never gonna really be happy with somebody else. What do they mean by you're so beautiful, it hurts? The Hermit. Yeah. Oh my God. It's like they think their days are just going to be spent in solitude. Oh my God. Now I'm getting another song. Okay. What is with all these songs? That Almost Paradise, which is weird because your song was Paradise by Coldplay. I just realized, but I was just thinking of the part where she's like, I feared my, something about how her feelings would be in secrecy forever. And it's almost like they met you or whatever happened between you guys and it was almost paradise, but then it wasn't. So I don't know. That's kind of sad with the Five of Swords. It's like something else came in. I feel like they don't like that this snaky energy just like distorted their perception of you. They don't like associating you with this sneaky energy. It makes them very sad. It makes them, it's not even like a loss of you, like I lost you as the potential to be my girlfriend or boyfriend. It's more so a loss of like the way that they saw you, and they're realizing like, oh, this person maybe resonates more with this snake, like this person maybe is their soulmate, and or even they're thinking maybe this person is a snake and they need a beautiful person, because this is like where we end. I love how beautiful you are inside and out. So I feel like this person is having this like inner conversation with themselves where they've come to the resolution that like, no, you are a good person, and they know that for a fact, but they're thinking maybe they have to let this go. They're pragmatic because maybe like this sneaky person like needs your influence because you're such a good person. Does that make sense? They're like, I could see how that could be the case. Maybe, you know, it won't, maybe they need to see somebody like my person and be with them because it'll help them, their soul to grow, and for them to like, you know, shed the skin and not be such a little snake anymore. I feel like they look at things like that and they're like, again, with the grasshopper, with the wisdom, and they're like, okay, like, you know, I kind of can't mess with fate and what the universe wants. Like I have to just accept this, and, you know, I'll have a life filled with beautiful things too. Like, and with that Paradise song, I feel like they spend a lot of time daydreaming. They could even be like a maladaptive daydreamer, like, you know, and I feel like they either feel like they'll have their memories or they'll, something like that. It's bittersweet. It's sad. It's like very poignant, I would say. Love the way you laugh. What are they saying? Page of Swords. Again, the Five of Swords energy. I think that they're very aware of the energetic changes and whatever's going on with you. I feel like they're a very intuitive person themselves, and I feel, or they're just watching your social media, or this snake person social media, or they know that like you guys, they've heard through the grapevine with the Five of Swords that could be speaking of like gossip and people talking. So I just feel like they almost are like, I'm getting a sense of watching. Again, I'm getting love the way you lie. I'm getting, and not that you're a liar, but just that the vibe of that song of like, I'll just hurt. Oh no, I'm getting another song, Burn by Ray LaMontagne. Am I saying that right? Oh my god, that's from an episode of Rescue Me that just like makes me cry when I watch that episode every time. I don't remember what the episode is, but that song Burn, like, I don't even remember the lyrics. I just, something about how, like, I think it's about someone going to be with somebody else and I'll just burn in my skin or something. It's like, that's how they feel. Like, I'll watch, I'll always know. Unfortunately, I'll always have to maybe be feeling your energy, but this is sad. This is kind of like depressing. I've never felt so much, but I feel like they are, you know, sad and depressed right now. Maybe something like that just happened. There's a lot about you being so beautiful. You have a beautiful mind. Yeah, that's the conclusion that they came to. That maybe they thought you were just beautiful on the outside, but they're like, no, you're beautiful all around. And it's almost like if somebody's that beautiful and that special and that perfect, like, why would they choose me? Even that's almost the pragmatic solution that they've come to. Why would they choose me? Like, who am I? Like, I feel like they think that. My heart hurts while I'm doing this reading. I feel like I'm like really gonna cry. Okay, I've never felt so much pain yet so much love at the same time. I feel like this might be like a twin flame that just went into separation. I've never felt so much pain yet so much love at the same time. I feel like, again, with the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups here, I feel like maybe there was some sort of rejection here. I feel like you might have even rejected them sexually, or like that whole one night stand thing, or stood them up. We have a date, we have a coffee cup, so maybe you guys were supposed to go on a date and then you stood them up, or you just like went once and never came back and they're like, oh, like I turned them off, or they think it's them. Your person thinks it's them that turned you off. They think, again, that whole why would they choose me? I'm really getting that here, the Four of Cups, and they're getting that. And like the Four of Cups, it's like a very apathetic, like, I'm good. No, I don't, you know, no thanks. Like, it's not even like angry, like I hate you. It's just, it's not passionate. It's just like apathetic. Like they feel like this person, I'm so like in love with them, and they probably don't even, okay, why is this? They probably don't even like realize that I like love them so much or care or something like that. It's not even like a blip on their radar, like they're feeling like, and they're like, how silly that I'm just so in love with them and they don't even know I exist, or it's a feeling like that. I felt like another song was trying to come through, like, for the love of God. But if he doesn't even know I exist. Oh, Johnny Angel. Johnny Angel, yeah, they're sitting at home. They're not entertaining other lovers. Like, they're not going on dates with anybody else. It's like, with the many options, maybe they have many options. I feel like also with the social butterfly, they are garnering a lot of attention from the opposite sex, but they're just not with the social butterfly. I don't feel like, and then the shy, like now is a lucky time. They're like a rabbit. They're like, ooh, like they're hiding. They don't want attention from other people. They don't want to make you jealous. Like they just want you. You speak so eloquently. Five of Pentacles, and they feel like they don't. They see you as in this on a pedestal here, and they see themselves like they see you on like the highest high, and they see themselves as like the lowest low, and they're just not seeing how this could even work out, like, at all. You're so pure in reverse. That's 2, or that's 3, sorry. What is Taurus's person trying to say here? You're so pure with the Empress and the 2 of Swords. With the 2 of Swords in reverse, I feel like they're recognizing that they did have these doubts about your character. With the 2 of Swords in reverse, it's like they did come to a decision, because I feel like the 2 of Swords upright is indecision, and the 2 of Swords in reverse is decision. So I feel like they were having doubts, again, like I was saying, but they did come to the conclusion of like, no, this is the Empress. They are so pure. They are so lovely. And they came to the conclusion that it's them. Does that make sense? They came to the conclusion that it's like they think they're ugly. Even if you're like, no, they're good looking. It's like they think there's something wrong with them on the inside, especially if there's somebody that's been wounded or hurt from like such a young age, maybe even by their parents. They've been rejected by their parents. They've been treated maybe even rejected by their friends when they were young, or both. Maybe, I feel like this is a lifelong thing. Other relationships, other partners have not treated them well. I think it's like a dog that's been kicked too many times and then starts to believe that there's something, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm bad. Like they're like a dog that's been kicked too many times. So they're looking at you and then looking at themselves and seeing such a discrepancy and being like, oh, like it's not that they're not a good person. It's that I'm such a terrible human being. Like, I feel like this runs so deep for this person. I feel like blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. I don't think that this is true. I think this is blames all dysfunctional relationships on themselves. I think they're like, oh, people always treat me this way. What's the common denominator? The common denominator is me. It's me. Like they think that. They think they deserve, not deserve. I wouldn't say they're like, yes, good, I deserve this. Like that's kind of what the connotation of that word is, but they think that like they bring it on themselves, or they do something. There's something inside of them that triggers people to treat them not well. It's like, I feel like there's somebody they're child wounded. They're pragmatic. I feel like they look at a situation realistically. So they probably assess their partners. Okay, can I trust this person? Like, who is this person? They watch them interact with the world. I feel like with other people, whatever, they gather their intel here. And I feel like they characterize somebody like, okay, they seem like a very good person. Like, so I'm safe, like safe enough. But like I was saying, I don't feel like they have any real love connections with people. There's always a big wall up. It's almost like they're very pragmatic when they pick a partner. I think they are. They're like, okay, this person is a hard worker. This person is nice enough. This person isn't going to hurt me. Maybe they even are somebody that dates down a little bit. Not dates down like that they think, oh, they're less than me, but they date down like from a casual observer on the outside looking in and be like, why is this person with that person? But that's how they see themselves too. Like, you know, does that make sense? They're like, oh, like this is, stop. Come on, honey. So I feel like, sorry, pipe, come, stop. I feel like, yeah, like they maybe date down, they date people. I don't know. Sorry, my dog just made me lose my train of thought, but I feel like I was on a roll there. But yeah, I feel like they think it's them and they blame themselves. So, all right, I've never met anyone like you. We have the Six of Cups. They felt an instant soul connection with you. Two of Cups, oh my God. They really thought this was like, oh, like they almost felt, what's that? The Moon. Almost they saw the reason for all the, what's that? Sorry, Knight of Wands. They maybe saw the purpose of all the heartache and all the wounds that they've been through, because they were like, oh, like it was leading me here, like, you know, and they were really like, okay, that's fine. Like, you know, like I would do it again 10 times over and be grateful. But now, I mean, I don't really think it's saying anything about now. I think it's just, but think about everything that we've been talking about. Like, they really thought this was like the most beautiful, magical, like connection, like that equilibrium, that Six of Cups, that harmony. That's the emotional harmony and balance. Two of Cups, Six of Cups. Those are, the six represents harmony and peace, equilibrium, give and take. The Two of Cups represents balance, partnership. They thought that it would be an equal give and take. They thought that they could really let their guard down because you were so pure, be themselves. They thought that you really saw them. They thought that you saw something in them that, because I think even though they think it's them, I think they didn't start out that way in life. I think they always were like, but I'm a good person. And then they're like, well, maybe I'm not a good person. Like, you know, the way that they've been treated by others made them question their own goodness and purity and beauty on the inside. But the fact that, like, we're looking at this from like a bird's eye view, looking at this energy as a whole. And like the fact that this person is like, okay, this snake person took the love of my life. Maybe they need this person's good influence to like make them a better person. I feel like I'm gonna cry. And like are taking like this energy and like wanting to like help other people instead of like planning revenge, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that's beautiful. I don't know. I feel like this person, that's why I think this is a true twin flame connection, because I feel like this person's at the very beginning of this journey and needs to like build up their self-esteem and learn to like know themselves and see their worth. It's like, that's this is exactly what it is. This is like the beginning. This is maybe the beginning of the separation, and just, ugh, the pain is just so palpable. I feel it's so heavy right now. It's intense. Yeah, your eyes are so intense. Knight of Cups. I feel like they had these very romantic, I don't want to say illusions, but these very, they saw something in your eyes. Maybe you've said things to them. Maybe just you've had some eye contact that was very powerful with Judgment here. And the Knight of Cups, they felt something almost like time stopped, I'm getting. If they looked in your eyes, they've maybe had moments where they felt like just like this romantic fantasy, like something from the movies where it's like, I don't think they've ever, again, felt even real feelings for other people. I feel like they're the type that would be very pragmatic. Again, choose a partner, commit to it, and be very like, I'm down for this person and I'm going to be very loyal to them because I know I can't really love them, or something like that, where they think that their heart is just meant to like remain cold forever. But then it's like they met you, lit their heart on fire here. So I think it's just kind of clarifying that. I love how beautiful you are inside and out. What does Taurus's person mean by that? Two of Swords. Okay, so that's interesting. How, remember how I said like they came to the decision thing, how that came sideways. So even if they're not necessarily completely arrived at that decision, that's where I think this energy is headed. The fact that it was in reverse before, but I think, oh, with the Queen of Wands, I think it wavers because of this other snake person. That's what I'm getting. This snake person distorts their, I'm just gonna put it upright, I guess. I think this snake person distorts their perception of you. 100%, because like they're like, how could they not see through this person? Yeah, it's like they have the judgment on you. They've made their judgment on you that you are a good person, but I think they're also, when this other person's in the mix, it really like makes them question things. How long is this reading? Oh my god, 36 minutes. I'm gonna get some advice in case it is like you're cross-watching and this is your own energy. I feel like if the way that I'm feeling, I just want to get advice in case it is you. What's advice for Taurus? For the twin flame chaser, for the person that I'm reading about their energy, just in case they're watching. Okay. Oh, okay. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. And you're already doing it. Stop facing your true north. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Did I say stop facing your true north? All right, so what I'm getting from this is that this is all part of the process here towards creating your own heaven on earth. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. It's almost like Spirit wants you to know that a part of, okay, say we're starting here, okay? This is the landscape, and we're trying to create this heaven on earth here. First, we have to walk through, I'm gonna show you this. We have to face our shadows. We have to face these things that make us think that we deserve to be treated terribly or whatever's going on. This could be stuff to do with your family. There's a lot of healing that needs to happen here. So this could be whatever these childhood wounds are, and we need to break those chains. And Spirit really wants you to know, if you were to come together with this person right now, these wounds would present themselves and the relationship would be affected. It's almost like you're being separated to prevent further damage. It doesn't seem like that, but it is true. It's giving you time to like really look into these ancestral patterns, really look into your wounds, really face your shadows here. It's almost like you have to go in and like destroy this structure here, this little dark cave that you want to hide in. It could be affecting your career too. It's not just about this connection. This is about you growing as a person. So it's almost like you have to go in, face all these shadows. This is a long process too. Like, I just want you to know, don't think that it's going to be, oh, like a month or two. Like this takes time to really like, but you're going to be so happy when you reach the end of this. Anyway, you're gonna go in, you're gonna demo this rock here, this little cave you built for yourself, and it's gonna take time. It says you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. Is if this person is the motivation to get you to do this work, that is your true north. Keep following your heart. A lot of times, like the anguish that we feel, and we're seeing it here in your own decision-making process here, where you're like, who is this person? Who am I? Like you're putting yourself down. You're trying to question everything that's going on here. Like, accept, it's like the fight. It's the fighting against what you feel in your heart and telling yourself no. Like if other people are telling you maybe that you're crazy, this person doesn't like you, and you're just like, am I crazy? And it's just the fight. But I don't know. I feel like that is a part of the process too, to make you trust your own instincts. But if you can try to come up with like a little mantra, like, I trust my heart. I trust my heart. Like, I don't know, like something like whatever, that's stupid, but come up with a better one. But then it's like, you know, you demo this stuff and then you start, you know, you clear the foundation and you take the time to clear away all the debris and you start building up the world that you want to live in, where, you know, there's greenery, there's water. It's just like, where would you rather live, here or here? But you got to stay here for a little while in order to get out of it, if that makes sense. So I hope that made sense and it wasn't like annoying and preachy, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I don't want to say enjoyed, but got some clarity on what's going on here. And I hope you have a good day or night wherever you are. And I will catch you in the next one, okay? Bye.